As you know, sports are all about numbers. Take Ball State's football team, 25 in its current AP rank, 32 the age of its defensive captain, Brandon Crawford, making 11 the age difference between Crawford and the team's starting quarterback. With those numbers, it's a toss-up as to which story is more impressive, Ball State's first ever top 25 ranking or Crawford's journey from Marine to walk-on defensive end. Here to talk about both is junior in eligibility, senior in academic standing, Brandon Crawford. Brandon, take us back. You're graduating from high school, I think it was 1996. What did you want to do with your life at that point?
I wanted to pursue my career, in football. I wanted to go further if I could, and it got derailed. I got into some trouble. Got in a car with some guys I really didn't know from around my hometown, and ended up getting pulled over and ended up getting put on probation, for it. And at that time, I was a part of a program called the 21st Century Scholarship Program. And one of those stipulations was that you couldn't get in any trouble, in order to receive that. So what I did was, after I completed my probation period, I went ahead and enlisted into the Marine Corps. It's something that a lot of my family members and my grandfather and people in my family, cousins and close members of my family had done. So that was something that I wanted to do and pursue, and I always wanted to get a chance to serve my country. So it's another option for me, so I went ahead and did it.
And what was your service like, your time in the Marine Corps? What did you take from it?
Man, wow, it's an eye-opening experience. I mean, just the discipline, the camaraderie, the accountability, dependability, team. I mean, the Marine Corps, that unit is a team unit, and I mean, it's so serious because at any given point in time, when you graduate and you don't done with that training, someone's life is in your hands, so you have to be on point and you have to know what you're doing and you know what's expected of you. You have to be able to step up for that challenge.
So give us some idea. You're done with your Marine Corps service, dishonorable discharge. How old were you at that point?
I think I was 27.
Okay.
Just turned 27.
And what did you want to do at that point?
At that time, I was trying to get back into school. I wanted to get back into school. So what I did was in '04. I got out in '03. I was at home with my mom for a while, just trying to relax and, acclimatize back to the civilian life for a little while, if you would say so, and just trying to get things situated. Did some paperwork and got things together and applied to a few schools, and got accepted to a few schools and ended up choosing Ball State as a school of my choice. And after I did that, I went in '04 summer session, took 12 credit hours, and talked to the coaches about walking on. First time I talked to Coach Hoke, and then he said, well, sat down with me, let me know there's an opportunity, then we'll bring you in, check and make sure the paperwork and everything with the clearinghouse and everything is fine, and the compliance officer, and they did that. But my mom and sister back home fell on some hard times, so she didn't want me to come back home, but I went back home to help them move and get resituated. So in '05, I was basically nowhere to be found. The coaching staff was wondering where I was. And then in '06, I came back and registered full time and talked to the coaches again about walking on, and they wondered where I'd been, and I told them, my situation. They was like, okay, well, when we get a chance, we're gonna call you in and see how you do a workout session and see how it works out for you. And that's what they did.
30 years old, and let me point out too, I think I said dishonorable discharge before. It was an honorable discharge. I apologize for that. I want to make sure I clear that up. Yes, honorable. I apologize.
Yeah,
I misspoke. So you're 30 years old, and you tell this coach you want to play football. What was that sort of reaction?
I mean, Coach Hoke is an understanding person. He said there was a guy that had played with him before when he played, a guy by the name of Rush Brown that played at Ball State, and he was a similar, situation. Older guy that went to the military and came back and wanted to play and ended up doing pretty well. And he said that, it was going to be a challenge. He was going to, see where I fared, and nothing was going to be given to me. He let me know from the day one, anything you get here, you're going to have to earn it. And I started 4th string when I first got here. So, I mean, it's been a long road for me, but it's been appreciated because I had to work hard, and I appreciate it. Because, I mean, it's similar to a military, background, military family. I mean, it's hard work, and it pays off in the end. So it's been hard work all the way. And I don't expect anything else but that from the coaching staff, and I know what to expect. So it's been a great ride for me.
And how about your teammates? How have they accepted you into that fold?
They've accepted me. I mean, there's jokes here and there, nicknames they have for me.
Such as?
We joke around in the locker room. Craw Daddy, Craw Father, Craw Pops, Old Man, Old Timer. I mean, they have so many, but at the end of the day, it's all fun. You know, we're all brothers, so it's all fun. We're all teammates, and we go out there and compete together, so it's all fun.
Now, you guys have had a somewhat rough year. Dante Love, one of your top receivers, went out with a career-ending injury. He's going to be okay, but that was in the Indiana game earlier. You guys now are in the top 25, so sort of a roller coaster of emotions there for you. What kind of inspiration has Love provided for you guys in your way into this top 25 rank?
Wow, man. Dante Love. We think about him every day. I mean, his work ethic when he came out here to work and his film study and just him as a person, you know. I mean, Dante Love, I mean, his energy, you can feel it every day in the locker room. You can see it everywhere. Everyone's always talking about him. There's posters up about him. I mean, his toughness, his effort, his work ethic. I mean, on the field, I mean, man, I mean, if you just watch him on the field, I mean, poetry in motion, you know. I mean, we used to hang out with each other, you know, on the off days and stuff when we had time, and you know, he was more of a to himself type of person, relaxed, humble guy, you know, and just to see that happen to such a nice person, it really hurt. But at the same time, you know, we wanted to build from that and let him know that, you know, we're still pushing for him, and we're going to continue with what he wanted us to do, is keep pushing hard. And every time we talk to him, and when I talk to him, he always says, you know, don't let what happened to me be a distraction to you guys. You guys keep pushing forward, and that's what we just try to do. Just take that energy and know that every day that, you know, it's a blessing to be able to play football. You know, everybody doesn't get that chance. And I mean, just to push hard for him and to know that we love and care for him, I mean, it's a tremendous feeling. You
guys are both proof of that. Well, Brandon, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you for having me.
Sure thing. Ball State, by the way, 6-0. It's its best start since the team got off to a 9-0 start back in 1965. If you can't quite place Ball State, by the way, it is in Muncie, Indiana. Its most famous alum you definitely know, David Letterman.